Hello, welcome to another floss tube. I have done zero stitching this week. I've been doing a lot of knitting, a lot of pattern writing, a lot of sewing, but absolutely no stitching. But that doesn't mean that I don't have anything to show you. I don't have anything currently going, but you know, it's still cold here. It was 28 degrees this morning and I'm still dreaming of spring. So I thought I would show you some of my spring type designs that I've done in the past. Some are on my site, some are not. If you have any questions, just ask me. But thought I'd start with this pillow. This is a fun pillow that I made, and it is I think I've shown it before, maybe. It's got a little bit of Irish in it. I made this, or I designed this around St. Patrick's Day one year, and I wanted to add this nice cable. I'm a knitter, as you know, so I love cables, cable designs, anything Celtic. I have some green in there. I have some pink for the springtime, and this neat edging. It's easy. It's very, very easy. What gives it that great look is the variegation in the thread, in the floss. And I do believe it was a color in cotton that I used. And I didn't do anything with this piece for quite a while. I just didn't, it wasn't singing to me. I just didn't know what to do with it. And then I came across this fabric in my stash. And I thought, gosh, that would be perfect to bring out the pink in these flowers. So I did a little bit of a border, and then I sewed on, you know, this more basic blue fabric. And I really like the way it turned out. The back is this blue as well. It doesn't transition. Excuse me. The sides, you know, you can see the sides and it's all one unit to the eye. So this is my pillow that I made. It's a good size. It's, I believe it's a pillow form in here. So it's a standard size. And you can make it as large or as small as you want. This is probably 36 count color and cotton linen that I used, because that's generally what I use, is the 36 count. So if you did a 14 count on Aida, you'd have a really nice size sofa pillow. Or if you wanted to really go tiny, you know, you could omit this border and you could just have the middle. And that would look lovely too. It's one of my favorites. It's funny. I didn't warm up to it immediately, but once I made it into the pillow, I really, really liked it. So I don't remember what this is called. I'm sorry to say. I believe it's on my site if you're interested in the pattern. It's one of my favorites. And I've got some other spring designs too. Here's one that I did a long, long time ago. This is half designed by me and half designed by, I'll put it in the, I'll put it across the screen because I can't remember exactly who this was by. One of the big names in design, and what I used was this alphabet. And I'm not sure about the flowers. I'm not sure where I got these flowers from, but this is a standard, you know, old-fashioned design. And what I did was I added these tulips and a quote by Louisa May Alcott. The power of finding beauty in the humblest things makes home happy and life lovely. Isn't that beautiful? So, you know, I did this one spring. I did the alphabet, and I wasn't crazy about the design that was in the middle. And I thought, you know, I'd really like a Louisa May Alcott quote. So I found one that was appropriate and added the tulips. This one is out of its frame. I tend to take things in and out of frames. So sometimes it's nice to have, and I mean, I went really cheap. This is just, this is taped. This is taped to the back of it's not even cardboard. It's just maybe a very light card stock. So we went cheap in the old days. It wasn't that old, that long ago. It was maybe 5 or 6 years ago that I did this one. Now, last floss tube, I think I showed you the simplified sampler, and I said that there was another one. This is the specialty sampler, and I haven't laced this or framed it yet. I intend to. Haven't gotten there yet. The reason why this is called the specialty sampler is it's got a lot of stitches in here. This is a nice black work design. And then we've got you know, that nice stitch. There's just, you know, there's more to it than meets the eye. And let me go back a little bit so you can see the full thing. But I really like this one. I like them both. I did this one and I loved it. And what I did for this was a step outside my comfort zone. I wanted to use the oranges because I just was accumulating so many oranges and some of the reds and, you know, some of these sort of browns, plums. I just wanted to see what it would look like with all these colors together. And I found that I really liked it. This is the little border. Here's my flower that I like to use. And in the middle, I just put my initials. I'm not sure what the pattern has. I can't remember. It might have another flower in there or another leaf, but I just added my initials there. We can get a little bit more of a close-up. You can see that these flowers on the border, they're dissimilar because of the linen. So if you did this on an even weave, they'd be much more uniform, which is good or bad. I mean, I like it. I like the uneven look. But I really like this one. This is called the Specialty Sampler. So there's that one. Another one that I did years back was this one, and I can't remember what I've called this one either. May Sampler, I think, or something I think to do with May. And this I really, really like, but it's very faint. You can see there's a design up here which you can barely see, and I kind of like it and I kind of hate it at the same time. So what really stands out are the berries and the bowl of berries. So if you like this really muted, old kind of look, this is really nice. I like the blue. I think these are all color and cotton. And again, I was kind of experimenting to see some of these lighter shades, what they would look like when they're all stitched up. But I thought, you know, I don't know if I can sell this as a design. It's so faint, and I'm not sure if it would appeal to a great many people. So I tweaked it a little bit, and I came out with this one. This one is on a cheap frame. It's one of these floating frames, and so that's why you're seeing a glare. I do apologize, but I like these colors. While I was at it, I tweaked the border. So the components are all basically the same, but they're enhanced and they're tweaked, and I really, really like this one. It really deserves a better frame, but I like the simplicity of this narrow black frame. It was in the house. It was easy, so I put it in there. This is one that I will not be changing from the frame. It's in there. It's going to stay. I like it. It's good. It's got my blues and greens again. I like blues and greens with a touch of a brighter color, either a yellow or a red, generally. There's that cute basket. I love that basket. Little fun butterflies, more quilting blocks right there. Excuse my nails. I've been working so hard. I haven't had a chance to do anything with my nails. I filmed a knitting tutorial yesterday and I was just appalled at the state of my nails. There's so many floss tubers who have such perfect manicured nails. I'm sure they have them done professionally, and I can't be bothered to spend the time or the money. So, you know, you take what you get on here. And the last design that I've got more. The last unfinished design was just this quick one that I did over the winter when I was feeling very cold and very ready for spring. First I loved it, then I stitched it and I hated it. I've just pulled it out and I think it's fine. I don't know what I hated about it, but it's just got some nice spring flowers. It's in happy colors. It's got a little bit of a creative border there. You know, nothing too intense. Just a little bit of something. And what I need to do is get a frame, you know, not a tight frame, just something back around here, or I need to sew it into a pillow. I haven't decided what I want to do, or I could use it for something entirely different. I keep threatening to make a project bag, and this would be a good size for the front of a project bag. So this one's nice. I especially like this, and I think that if you did this one all by itself and mounted it in a round, you know, just one of those cheap round ornament frames, that would look lovely. These other flowers, you know, you could add those to something that you're working on. I mean, say you've got this one and you've got an initial right there in the upper center. That would look lovely too, I think. So, as is the case with many designs, many patterns, you're not only buying the pattern for what, you know, it appears to be, but you're buying it for all these little components too. That's what's neat about samplers. You, excuse me, after a while, you've got a very large selection of alphabets to use. You know, if you're looking to add your initials or a name. So collections can be a good thing. Now, two other designs. This one I love. I don't think it's on my site. I don't think I ever got to it, but this is just a simple basket. Again, cheap frame. So there's glare, but it's just a basket of, let's call them violets. They look like violets or violas, or, you know, even Johnny jump ups maybe, but some just nice happy spring flowers in a basket. I think it's almost time to put this one out. I really like this one. I did it quickly, you know, just to kind of see what it would look like, and I really like it. I really, really like this one. It's happy, makes me happy. And another really, really old one, we're going way back here. This is all DMCs, I believe. This is my watering my watering can. And this one I have always loved. It's just simple. Just, this glare is awful. The simple flowers, a simple watering can, and a simple border just on the two sides. And I've got it framed in this nice, very rustic frame. I think I picked this up on, I think I picked it up on Amazon. Can't remember. It was quite a long time ago, but I think Amazon had these. They were perhaps two that you got when you bought them. And I just like the rustic nature of it. I like the flowers just strewn. There's nothing perfect about this. This is not a floral design where somebody has taken a vase and carefully laid each flower in the vase to perfection. This is just a handful of flowers tossed in a watering can, and I just love that. I love the watering can and I love the flowers. And again, if these colors are not to your taste, you can always change them. That's what's great about flowers. They come in so many colors that it's easy to change. So that's all I've got for you. That's my collection of spring. Yeah. So hopefully next week I'll have more actual stitching to show you because we don't want the basket of stitching to start getting dusty. I've got plenty of things to stitch. I think what I'm doing is at the moment I'm trying to finish up some projects that I've got going on, and I'm trying to sort of plan and make space for future projects. And so I'm kind of at that in between, and I'm almost done wrapping up a few things, so that will give me time to start something new. Don't want to go with anything too big. I just am really enjoying the smaller. This is a good size. Something like this is a really, really good size. It gives you enough that it's not a one and done. You're not stitching it on an afternoon and gosh, that was fun, but now it's done. What am I going to do next? You can sink your teeth into it. You can get each motif done, and that's a success every time you get one motif done. Um, I and I'm noticing this lower border. I really like this lower border. That would be nice on something all the way around. I don't know why I'm so hyper focused in on initials, but wouldn't this be pretty with this border all the way around and then a nice big initial in the center? I really, really like this one. So thank you for joining me on this short episode. Hope I gave you some inspiration, because that's what it's all about. We've all got so many projects in the works, and sometimes you just need to be inspired by somebody to say, oh my gosh, I want to get back at my stitching. Let's pull out these project bags and see what we've got going. Find something that's springy, something that fills you with warmth and sunshine. That's what I'm going to try to do in these last waning, hopefully few days, but probably few weeks, where winter's still got its hold on us in North America. But yeah, I'll be back with you soon, and I'll have some fun projects. And until I see you then, keep an angel on your shoulder to protect you, and fill yourself with joy. Do what makes you happy, and keep stitching.